Hello everyone and welcome to the map Solaris. Today we'll be taking a look at a professional match of StarCraft 2, a highlight game from the esteemed, the amazing GSL circuit. In the upper right corner, the red Terran player, the man, the myth, the Maru. And their Zerg opponent, the blue drones, spawning here into the bottom left, none other than SHIN. And for those who may not be aware, SHIN, aka Ragnarok, used to be under the ID Ragnarok, changed to SHIN at some point, I don't remember when. But what matters more, what is most important this fine day so far, is Maru's double Rex opener here on the low ground, which means only one thing, of course: dead drones, probably Reapers more accurately. You'll see. I'm curious how SHIN will be prepared for this endeavor. Surely you must expect it, no doubt about that. The Ovies making their way across. The first of the Reapers is on the way. Depot gonna finish up that wall. I don't think that. No. Gosh, I so detest when it gets to that close. You're like, is that actually a wall? I have to test it now. One of my SCVs has to do the work here. But we're just gonna be fine with it, because doubt yourself. That self-talk, it's not healthy, guys. Okay, just don't get into the habit. Trust your wall until proven otherwise. Let the Zerglings do the testing for you. That's why we pay for all of that network security, infrastructure testing, right? Reaper number 1 arrives at the Natchery. The drones in peril. One of the Zerglings getting a bit low. SHIN doing pretty solid so far, keeping it all together here. Loses one of the Zerglings. More Reapers gonna show up just as the Queen gets. It remembers what it's like to be a flying unit briefly. I think it was 2 Lings. Yeah, 2 Zerglings have fallen so far. 3 Reapers, the Reaper, if you will, out on the map here. Might be able to jump up into the main base. The creep highway not connected between the main and the Natchery, which means the Queens, oh, good bounce, getting both of them going the other way. The Zerglings trying to pin them down. The spawning pool not far back enough to actually stop the movement. 2 drones get picked off for the exchange of 1 Reaper. Is now really the time to put a creep tumor down right there? And also, right there? Like, okay, we're doing it. It's fine. It's fine. Just plop it down. Okay, move on. Just get on with your day at that point, I suppose. It is going to help, of course, completely creep out this side. Yes, maybe a little bit over here, but back at home, the Terran build continues. Where does this go, though? Why was this so recommended to me? I mean, it's Maru, right? So we're gonna see some Marines. We're gonna see some tanks. This is a very odd tech lab. What are you doing with this tech lab? The Hellions out on the map now, trying to chase away the Speedlings. We've got the 3rd CC, of course. It's a Maru build. We're getting the fast 3rd CC. What is this, though? Okay, so it's gonna be a factory with a tech lab. Like Cyclone? Speed? Blue Flame? Getting concussive shells. Oh my word. Okay, this is strange. Nope, no more concussive. We're getting Stimpak. Phew. For a second I thought we were getting creative. I was gonna have to do the talk. Terran players, don't get creative, okay? Terran builds have been figured out for a long time. Got them all lined out. They're practically the same that they were in Wings of Liberty, too. And I know you'll hate me. Some of the matchups, I know it's not true. But I mean, come on. TvZ, standard build, look it up, alright? We're getting cyclone speed from that. Okay, Maru. So the Hellions are going to be out here. They're going to pressure the front a little bit. We're going to see what actually happens because of that. Behind this, oh dear. Hurricane thrusters and additional factories. What in the Maru mech did you all get me into here? Okay. Alright. Now I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm here to stay now. Okay. Hurricane thrusters, speedy cyclones. Hopefully blue flame Hellions. Maru gonna go full blown battle mech so far. We'll see if there's a transition, of course. Could be a transition into the more standard traditional mech here. The Ovi. Do they get away? No, they're not getting away. Zero chance of getting away from that. The amount of Marines here, there's only 3 Marines. I think Maru is really banking on that early damage to get the Cyclones out, and then the Hell Clone to keep himself safe, perhaps, until the rest of the mech army comes together. Mech can be very nice, but it's a scary 10 minutes, okay? You have this time frame where you're pretty susceptible to some attacks here. This is what the battle mech is for, though. The Hellions, the Cyclones, they're going to work in tandem. We're getting blue flame behind this. We will see. And we're going to get surrounded. And we're not going to get surrounded. Okay, Shin backs off. Up against the wall here. The Baneling's going to morph in. Cyclones start to target down the Queens. Oh, the Bane's definitely not going to connect off of creep. Maru doing the dance well, staying just at the edge of the creep, picking off the tumors. Shin trying to plant more down. Speed clones. Annoying. Frustrating, to say the least here. Blue flame about halfway done. 1-1 on the way. We're getting a Roach Warren. I like the choice. Very nice to see. Liberator. I think got 1 drone before it pays the price for sieging on top of a spore crawler. Yeah, sounds about right. That's for all 5 drones in total. That sounds accurate there. Had like, what, 4 from the Reapers, 1 from the Liberator here. The clone's on the way across the map here. A Zergling run by gonna make it into the natural and the main base, though. A few SCVs undoubtedly will be picked off here. Do they report? No. Blue Flame Hellions here to help out. We lost 4 SCVs, that's it. Blue Flame Hellions. Too strong. Also incorporating some siege tanks now. Even a Raven. Even a Raven. What's the Raven for? Is it just detection? Auto turret support? I would kind of like to see it. Auto turret harassment. But I firmly believe it's probably for creep detection. Wanted to make sure we have eyes on the field here. What's Shin doing with the composition here? We got the Roach Warren I saw. Making some Ravagers. Getting some Banelings. Rounding out the upgrades, it looks like. +1 ranged. +2 armor. We're going to Hive at the 9-minute mark, which is fabulous choice. Glial Reconstitution's going to finish up shortly here too. Get those roaches their healthy speed boost. Nice dose of whatever kind of energy drink they enjoy. Obviously not, anything that would hurt them or damage them, because we wouldn't advise that, of course. We like to take care of our Zerg. Maru throwing away what appears to be the bulk of the initial scouting force there. Reapers and Hellions somehow still alive at the 9.5-minute mark. Going to transition out of that because, we need more Cyclones. We need more siege tanks at this point. Switching into the traditional mech here. Was that really the Spire? The timing. Maru getting the scout off with the map hacks. Terran blessed with map hacks, of course. Seeing the Spire as it goes down. The Spire, I don't know about that. Like, I'm okay with you getting the Spire at this point, but maybe don't use it just yet, okay? Why don't we stick with Roach, Ravager, Viper for a little bit here. Blinding Clouds, abducts onto siege tanks, that's fine. The Raven, he's the commander of the operation. Everybody watching's like, but Indigos, the Raven isn't even being driven. It's like an automated drone that's being piloted by some nerd at a computer who's probably nowhere near the battlefield here. I go, yeah, he's probably the commander of the operation. It doesn't change my statement. I don't know how, I mean, there can't be a pilot in there. They would be so dizzy with the way Maru is driving this thing right now. Constantly shifting around, making turns here. Banes will be focused down by the siege tanks. One of them picked off. Oh god, the friendly fire onto the SCVs too. 9 of the SCVs fall. Siege tank doing more harm than good here. The Banelings rolling in through the blinding clouds and abduct onto the Thor. Very nice. I don't think this is quite enough Zerg, though. The Cyclones can kite back. Oh, abducts onto the Cyclones, though. An excellent move. Vipers. I love Vipers. Planetary Fortress now in a bit of peril. Maru gonna try and respond. Repairs initiated. Cyclone here to help out. The Zerg forced to back off. We're getting Burrow and Neural. Yes, very good choices. Greater Spire. Also excellent. Maybe don't use it just yet. Give it a little time. Give it a little time here. The Roach Bane Viper doing good work so far. The first attack doing fine. Let's say keep it rolling. And the pun, of course, a Baneling pun, intentional. You're welcome. That a missile turret? Oh god, the missile turret. The Thor's, the Viper gonna be instantly picked off. Another one gets EMP'd here, coming in from multiple angles, though. The Zerg is blinding cloud onto one of the siege tanks in the planetary. The planetary will be vaporized. The army is swept off the face of the map, though. The only thing still standing, the Commander Raven, of course, with his Lieutenant Viking support here. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what they think they're doing. Yeah, no, that's... Get out. Get out. You overzealous, ambitious Ravager. Get out of there. Regrouping. Ready. Another wave here. Success. Anytime you kill a base. You clear a base, as long as it wasn't at the cost of, 80 Banelings. Arguably fine here. This is going to be helpful as well. 12 SCVs picked off. Oh, a pincer attack here. Ling run by at the third base as well here. How much damage was from the Zerglings? How much damage was from the siege tank friendly fire? We will see. Zoom out for the massive battle. Ghost Viking Hellbat responding. Banelings rolling forward. Get a couple of the ghosts. It looks like a Thor will be picked up as another command center falls. Things actually not looking good for the monster. The myth here. The Zerg forces doing fine so far. We will see. There's still time though. There's still plenty of time. As the base count grows lower, yes, the economy grows lower, but it also gets easier to defend. The mech forces don't have to spread so far, don't have to spread out so much. And Maru's transitioning into the ghosts, which is scary if you are not quaking at that statement, Zerg players. I don't know what to do with you then. Oh, the friendly fire on the SCVs could have been deadly there. Quite a few already in the red here. 6 infestors on the way, upgrades continuing, and an Ultralisk Cavern. No, I don't like that. I don't... The Ultralisk Cavern, yes, they're fun. Yes, they're awesome. Not in this case, though. Not usually a good choice up against this kind of composition. Roach, Ravager, little bit of Baneling here. Oh, the Biles not going to get the command center, actually. Maru going to narrowly save that. Siege tank set up now. Rest of the forces here to help out. The depot burns down. The depot burns down. Fantastic. Fantastic. Gets the sensor tower too. The bile of sass striking as the last ditch efforts from the Zerg here. I don't think you can do it. Shin, we need Vipers. Where's our Vipers? This is why we get Vipers here. The Infestor flank from behind, though. Neural Parasite going to be about as effective as it usually is. More of a hype deal than an actual effective deal here. Trying to get the siege tanks. Maru on top of it, though. Scan goes out, and he holds. It's still a hold. Shin throwing away a lot of resources at that. Replacing 24-ish roaches, banelings, chitinous plating. I'm struggling with the ultras. Hey, I see a Viper. Okay, if you have a Viper, I will allow you to make an ultra. Oh god, he wants the Viper. Save it. Maru hunting for the Vipers. We all know. Blinding Cloud, Abduct, that's where it's at. Siege tanks still set up. Object permanence is a thing, my Zerg players. If there was a siege tank there before you left, there's probably a siege tank there when you come back, okay? It didn't just disappear into some other type of matter. Maru shuffling around, getting the siege tank count up. We're up to 16 tanks. Replacing now, adding in some more Hellbats, adding in some more Thors, feels kind of like just other insurance. Yeah. Want to make sure we don't get surrounded by Zerglings. We have Thors to help out up against, things like Vipers or Ultralisks. Yes. Snipe goes out. Maru actually pushing forward onto the creep here. Staying around 49 SCVs. This is 145 army supply of mech, which is just terrifying to think about. Hellbats stepping a little too far forward. The Vipers desperately trying to drink from probably the most vulnerable hatchery, other than this hatchery, which is clearly the most vulnerable and will die off to a handful of ghosts and Hellbats. The drones burrow, though. Will they remain safe? Unlike the SCVs, a backstab coming out. Shin going for the attack. Might actually get the command center, too. The Terran forces spreading out a little bit here. Hatchery appears to be fine. Suddenly Broodlords. That's what I get for having the production tab closed, I suppose. 11 SCVs have fallen behind the siege tanks. A couple of them left out in the field here. Are there enough Thors? There's 3 Thors right here. Oh gosh, the anti-armor missile. The Commander Raven helping out. Vikings pushing forward. The Broodlord's actually in a bit of peril now. There's not enough anti-air here. I think even the Vikings are enough. Good grief. The Broodlords will just be torn from the sky. Not going well for the Sky Zerg, it seems. How will the Ultralisks fare? Not doing well so far. It's a struggle. Terran forces spreading out a little bit here, though. 5 Thors. That's a lot of Thors. The Ultras swing in from the left side. From the top, Broodlings from the bottom. It's about as good a surround as you can get, I suppose, with Ultras off of creep here. I think it might actually be enough, though. Oh god, reinforcements come in. Finally clearing all of that up. The Hellbats more successful than anything else, killing off 13 drones before they die. Roaches will eventually clean that up. The worker loss is going to force Shin on the offensive now. Vikings flying around to support, trying to help out. No, don't burrow. Why would you burrow? No, that was a misclick. Where's your burrow key? Oh, no, you did it again. Quit it. Is it R? Quit it. Just plug off the R key. We don't need it. Ultras and their burrow mechanics. Good golly gosh, guys. Great Gatsby. Lings, roaches, and ultras will try and make their way up here. Is it enough? Oh, there's not a lot of Terran here. Maru not able to replace the army. The Vikings are going to land on deck, which feels like a last-ditch effort, in all honesty here. The Ultras get on top of it, and in a recreation of the Heart of a Swarm cinematic, the Ultralisk destroys the Viking. SHIN actually going to take the match. Beautiful game. Very nice. Very chaotic. I love it. Not often to see Maru mech. I will say SHIN handled that pretty well. Not too bad back and forth. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.